Alright, this is a 2001 F-150 walk around. It's an 01 because it was made in June of 2000. So, I'm not really a Ford fan. I don't know a whole lot about Ford, so I'm going to let the truck speak for itself, and I will tell you what I do know. Alright, it's a drivetrain. This truck has a 4.6 V8 in it. Also, the same truck you get with a 5.4, which is probably one of the worst motors that was ever made. Every time you change the spark plugs, one's going to break off in the head. And when number one piston is still in the chat, the valves. So, literally the most boat anchor motor has ever been built. But this one right here is pretty decent. Luckily it ain't got the 5.4. Unlike the engine, the transmission does not work. The engine still runs good, and we'll fire it up in a little bit. Transmission is shot, and I'll show you why. And another thing that's wrong, that's from the same reason I'm about to show you, is I don't know if you see all that build up and nastiness. You might say, oh, he's got a horrible brake leak. No, that's the rear end leaking. And that's caused by one thing good on this truck, is the tires and rims. It's got 35-inch Toyo MT. 35, 12, 20s. It's got 20-inch fuel rims, which look pretty sick. But the transmission and rear end could not handle them. And typical lifted truck owner, all the lights are LED and extremely bright. Then you got the guys that they wish it was a truck and it ain't lifted and their LEDs are too bright. Except for this one right here, it was actually stolen. I guess it was too bright. They just stole it. I do like the chrome bumper, so let's check out the bed. I think the tailgate doesn't work because this truck has been pushed so much from being broke down. No, it does actually work if you hit it really hard right here. We'll try and get down. But the bed is pretty decent. I like the liner, or at some point I liked the liner when it was new, but it's small. The bed's smaller than a S10 pickup, so I don't know. My bed's deeper than my S10 pickup, so I do like the little anchors there, but that didn't come with it. And here is the one of the CV shafts, because the four-wheel drive don't work because they switched to vacuum. You can switch these 01s back to cable, which is what I would do, but I can't remember if it was clogged or if it's leaking, but the four-wheel drive does not work. So we got an XLT. You probably can't even see it because it's faded so much, but we'll go ahead and check out some of the interior, see what that XLT is all about. We also have some, I don't know if you can see it, but there's some lights under the tires in here. I don't know if they work anymore. Somebody even changed out this for blue lights. All the interior lights changed out to be blue, and they got the cheap little automotive paint from Advanced and painted a lot of stuff white. That's fine. It looks good temporarily for a little bit. I don't blame them. And then I guess this is what you get for the XLT. You get electric. Oh, only works backwards for a second. And this is an automatic. But transmission does have an upgrade stereo. I don't know how many miles we have on it. I'll check in just a minute. Anyway, there's plenty of room. You know, like I had a 94 Ford, and it had a pile of room. I mean, it wasn't even a four-door. So we'll go ahead and crank this thing up. See what it says on the dash. If I can find the key. And the battery's dead. Guess we'll be jumping it off with the S10. I've actually had no issue with this truck cranking. It's been a little while because it's not our truck. It just sits here because it's got some issues. But also with the spray paint, you can see they did the hooks and some stuff down there. But first time I ain't want to crank, so I guess he's just shy on camera. Maybe he just knows he's a Ford and wants y'all to know. So let's go grab the S10 with some jumper cables. Make sure these aren't loose. Nope. Looks, I actually like those studs there. So I'm gonna go grab the S10 and some jumper cables. Alright, we're jumping her off, let's charge up a little bit so you can hear her. Alright, we can try again, see what it does. There we go. How many miles does this thing have? Oh, it isn't reading it. I don't know why it ain't showing how many miles it's got. Maybe it just doesn't want you to know. The transmission still does work, it just slips, so it's not really drivable. But I want to see if this has the typical Ford where it shows you what gear you're in, if it's off or not. No, it's on a little bit. So it's a little bit off, but not too bad. I know a guy, he bought a truck because they thought the transmission was bad, just because this Ford thing, which is common, there's YouTube videos, how-tos to get them lined back up, and they thought it wouldn't go into gear just because it was off. Bought the truck for like dirt cheap, and he's still driving it like that. But when it runs, the motor sounds pretty good. Look right here. It's got a straight piped exhaust. All it's got is this little tip. And it's been cat gutted. Can't give any gas yet because I don't want to burn up the alternator. It's probably still charging. So it charges a little bit, and then we'll give a little gas for you. Let you hear it. I think the battery's good now. Give it a little bit of gas. Thanks for the jump, S10.